I can't wait. And we got such a week. We got to get to Saturday games, you and me. We wanted to touch on a few. Let's get to my first one that we kind of both were looking at was Oregon, number 11 Oregon, Ohio State. Probably going to be 2 or 3 in the poll that came out. Obviously, Clemson lost, so there'll be 2 or 3. Let's start with Ohio State. The spread's 14. That's where I thought it might be. The total's already moved up to 63.5. I think we're going to see points in this one as well. We saw it last week with Minnesota. CJ Stroud, I thought he was pretty good. They started out a little slow, turned it on in the second half. He threw for 294, a touchdown. He had 1 pick, but Ohio State was able to run it like I thought they would on Minnesota. My big key taken away from that game, though, that same Ohio State defense that got gashed at times. And it was there, especially early on in the second half, too. They gave the late scores, and you either got a win, a push, depending on how you got that number last week. And we'll get to Oregon. I was like a lot of us were on the Fresno. We thought they could throw it around. That was Oregon's problem, was their defense, and especially their secondary. Oregon, young team back there. They've had some problems. I thought Brown at QB was okay for the Ducks, 172, a touchdown. But they were able to run the ball. They had over 200 yards, I think 220 running against Fresno. And I think Fresno was right in that game. Oregon, their defense stepped up right at the very end when it needed to. It made those few stops in the last few possessions. They got the win. Maybe they were looking ahead, people say. I didn't think they looked that great, Oregon did. But I think they'll be able to score on Ohio State. So I think this one's close. I love it. I don't know how much more we're going to keep going up over 2 touchdowns. But if it is, I think we see points again. I don't love both defense. I think both offenses could score. And I look to it more the Oregon catching over 2 touchdowns than laying it with Ohio State. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you on the fact that Fresno-Oregon game, that was a great game. That was a game that I didn't have any stake in it. I was having a couple pints watching it with my buddy, loving it, man. That was just a good college football game. Fresno, they got a little grit. They got a little toughness, I think.
They can throw it, too. They can throw it around.
Hell yeah.
With Hainer, yeah.
Yeah, they can throw that ball. They can move it. I like everything that's going on there. Really, it was pleasantly surprising for me. I kind of missed the boat on the Fresno in week 1, and then I look at this game. My first reaction was Ohio State is going to have a fucking day on offense. Wilson and Olave. Yeah, they're gonna ball out. What did Olave had 4 catches, 117 yards, 2 tutties against Minnie. Wilson had 5 catches, 80 yards, 1 tutty.
80 yards. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
These dudes are going to have a season. It reminds me of Smith on Alabama and the kid that got hurt last year on Alabama. The other wide receiver, I can't remember his name. He was a stud. I think these two are maybe the best 2 wide receivers in the league or in college football. I think they're going to have a day. I really like Ohio State's total. I'm not even sure what it is. I haven't looked at what their
team total. You mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to look it up.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm guessing it'd probably be 38, right around there. I got to check that, but
yeah, something in that range. As long as it's right under 40, I like it. And I think Oregon will be able to throw here. But I'm going to ride this Ohio State team. I think they're better than people think they are. I'm going to go with the -14 as well. I think Oregon's going to be closer because Oregon's going to be able to throw the ball on them. I think it's something we just have to accept with Ohio State. We have to accept it. They're a great fucking team, but this is their Achilles heel. So I think Oregon's going to move the ball. Brown didn't shock me for Oregon. He didn't shock me in terms of this kid's a stud, but he also didn't disappoint me. You know, this kid could play, and so I like Ohio State in this one at the -14. It's scary because it's a little bit heavy, and I like Ohio State team total. I think they're going to run at the old horseshoe.
Yeah, one thing we talked about how Brown wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But Morgan just for 205 for Minnesota, but they ran it. Both those running backs for a minute.
Yes.
They ran for over just over 200, I think, on Ohio State, which I was a little bit shocked. So they were able to move it on them. So Oregon was able to run it easy on Fresno. Little different Ohio State, but I think they'll be able to run it. So I think if you like the over, get in now. It's already moved. It's moved, but I still think at 63.5, you're okay. This could get up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yep, I thought it'd be right there.
Good call. Yeah.
Thank you.